this week I've been working on stripping some of my cable. Some nice bare bright going on there, and that's just from the regular cables. There's a couple of kilos in there, which is nice. And underneath we have today's choice, which the older people might remember, the young people might not have a clue. It is, let's have a look, Hitachi VHS video recorder. Video Plus apparently. In the days before we had DVDs and streaming. So, I think it was left outside for a while because it's gone kind of rusty inside. And we've got Blue Planet Volume 3 inside. So, might have to try and get that out. Can't leave Mr. Attenborough sitting in there. Might get slightly claustrophobic. So I'm hoping this isn't going to be too difficult. I've not actually taken one apart before. But that's all plastic. Hooray. We chuck that plastic out of the way. Have we got any screws in there? No, I don't think we've even got any screws. So, let's see. I remember when I got my first video recorder, I was about 16 and it cost me £150. And it lasted me absolutely years. I think I had it until I was in my 30s. Which was a long time ago, sadly. But you'll see when I take the board out of this, you'll be able to see how old it is. It's pinging off all over the place. There we go, let's get that off. I don't think there's a single screw in this, which is amazing. Got to work out how to get that out of there. I see there's clips and stuff on it. You might have to break them off. Even when you've been doing this for years, there's still things that come along you've never done. Let's see if we can prise that out. There's no cables or anything on it, so couldn't even see if it worked. Well, it might be a case of give it a smack. It looks like that should just come out of there. Oh, break the board. Let's have a look. I cannot see, unless there's a screw underneath there. It wouldn't be the first time. No, he's not coming out either. Well, it's going to be one of those days, is it? Everything I've done today has been absolutely fine until I switched on the camera. So my big fat head's not getting in the way too much, because you don't want to see that. No, nothing under there. Okay, we'll try it the other way. That might be it. See, that was simple really, wasn't it? I hope you weren't all shouting at the screen there. That still don't want to come out. Well, I'm going to break the board if that means I can get into it. There's some weird setup. There we go. Right, how is that stuck on there? It might just be them. I can see those two, and I can't see how the rest of it is fixed on. But it's old, so the plastic's fairly brittle, which is useful. Let's get those bits out of the way, there's nothing on them. Oh, down comes the rain. That's the actual video tape. Oh, that's a bit sharp, that is. Right, come on. Well, it may well be. There's a few screws, which I did not see. I remember when my dad first got one of these back in the, it might have been the late 70s, and the thing had massive, great big kind of lever buttons on it. But we had it for a few years. Like back in the old days, it was brilliant. Nobody else had a video recorder, but we did. Could video programs off the TV. Separate from that. Why is that not? That should just come out. Something in there. Aha. Might put some lights on, I can't see in there. Glasses might help as well. What have we got in there? Right, there's got to be a screw somewhere there. It's going to be underneath the bloody tape, isn't it? Right. We're going to get brutal because it's amazing how much plastic's on this. Nothing on there. Oh, well, there's your videotape. There we go. Anyone want a copy of the Blue Planet Volume 3? Just message me if you do and I'll send it to you. Unless of course you live in the States or Australia, then or India, anywhere outside the UK pretty much. Because our postal service is getting very expensive, like everything else, except your scrap prices. Oh dear, what is the world coming to? Looks like the copper price is going to go sky high anyway, so that's something. Along with gold and silver and all the good stuff. Now, Scrap and Irish is going to be the man to know. I watch all of his gold videos, gold recovery videos, and I'm still not sure how to do it. So yeah, could get dangerous. Can go there. Right, what have we got now? We'll knock those off later. There's a lot of little, it's a bit like a DVD drive that you get. Absolute pain in the doodahs. I'm not sure there'll be much gold in this. Bit of ribbon wire. What's on that? Nothing. There's a motor there. There might be more than one. He doesn't want to undo. Let's get like that. There, that's the screws that are holding it in. See, one there, one there. I'm guessing there'll be two on the other side somewhere. I'm not sure there's too much to this, so I'm not going to take off all these tiny little bits and pieces on here, just because it's going to kind of give you the general idea, rather than scrap the whole thing into pieces, because that would be not particularly interesting, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you don't get many of these to scrap anymore, because they're I mean, before we moved, we threw almost all the videotapes we had away. We have got a player still, but yeah, there's just some things you kind of don't need anymore. Oh, we've got a little copper coil on there. Oh, here we go. Of course that side's not going to come off, is it? Where are you fixed on, eh? Oh, no, that's silver. It's fixed somewhere. Over here. Shout out if you can see it. So that side is free. That corner, oh, there we go. Ah, that's because it's hiding underneath that board, that small board. There we go. It's rusted a little bit as well. There we go. We always get there in the end. And if we don't, smash it to pieces with a hammer. Right. A lot of these bits I think will just pull off relatively easily. A bit like, let's say the CD drives and things like that. There we go. Right. So we've definitely got one motor. I can't see another one there. There might be a motor in there, I'm hoping, because this spins round. So I'm hoping there'll be something underneath that. See if we can take it off. Well, we'll have a look at this board first, because that looks like it's come out of a museum. And now it's going to go to the big scrap museum in the sky when they recycle it for not very much that's on there. We've got some nice, let's go around that around, big old crystal oscillator there. There's a lot of quite large IC chips on there, a little copper coil there, don't know what they're called. Oh, let's take that off. we'll take this off as well to see if there's anything inside there. I spy something out of the corner of my little eye. Let's use the metal cutter so we can get the top off, and then I'll just cut that and see there is a transformer there with some nice copper by the look of that, and a tiny little heatsink. Let's take that off and we can have a look at that. You see that tiny little heatsink. And let's have a look in this other side. There might be another crystal, but oh, come on. There we go. That's how you cut your hands to pieces. There we go. Okay, there's another crystal oscillator inside there. I'll just move that over so you can see. And some little bits of copper in there. I'll take all those out and that crystal. It's so old, there's no MLCCs or anything like that on there. It's all these old ones. If you're collecting your capacitors, there's a few decent sized ones, but and then we've got some flat packs there. There are MLCCs on the back, but they're soldered on, so they're really difficult to take off, so I don't bother with those. If there are some large ones, I'll try and get them off, but generally I just leave them because it's more trouble than it's worth. But yeah, I'll take these off. Don't think there's anything under there. I could be wrong. It does happen sometimes. No, it's just that. So yeah, I'll just take the flat packs off of there. I'll take the IC chips. There'll be copper inside there, and the transformers, and that's about it. And this looks like 2 motors. That might be brass. And some little boards on there, but they're nothing special, with all respect to the boards. But yeah, there's no gold. Yeah, just a couple of motors. Oh, I can spy that there. Just at the corner of my eye, I caught that. The copper underneath there. And that looks quite nice. So let's see if we can get into that. I have no idea how to take that off. Right, got some screws in there. Things pinging off all over the place. Right, let's see if we can get into that, because that's worth looking at. If I get that out, or at least create some space around it so I can see how I get out. There we go. Right, now if I take those little screws out, that should come out. Move that over there. hoping. Yes. Oh, look at that. That is an absolute beauty. That is lovely copper. And yeah, that's nice. I wasn't expecting that. And there's a nice bit of brass on the top. And tiny little bits of brass there as well. I mean, that's the most exciting thing in there, to be honest. But it's pretty good. I think that's worth taking apart just for that. But I'm easily pleased. I'll leave that on there. Oh, I see, I cut myself. Look. So we've got some lovely copper. I wonder if I can just prise one of those off. Although it is a thing of beauty, just the way that's laid out. I do like that. It'd be a shame to ruin it, but I'll move that out of the way because I think we're about done with that. The rest is just taking off those small pieces. Come on. Okay, so it might not be that easy. Look at that. Actually come off quite easy from the inside there, because they're soldered on to that circuit board. Yeah, I'll take those off, and then I'm going to weigh that little bit of copper, just so you know. And then you can think, is it worth it? I know a lot of you will be like, no it's not. But sometimes it's nice to do these things. And they actually come off pretty easily. I'm not putting too much pressure on those to break them off. Right, I know it's not much, but I like weighing things. 23 grams of lovely copper. So that can go in the transformer wire box. Doink. There we go. Oh, don't forget that bit. What we got in there? 3.5 kilos in there. So there we go. That's it. A very old board, not worth very much. A few oscillators, IC chips, a couple of motors, transformer, and yeah, a spinny thing with brass on the end. Talking of brass, if you haven't seen Solar's, Everyday Solar's video on the boards, if you're in the UK, she did a video on where a new place to take her boards, and they seem like a really nice bunch of guys there and given a fair price and everything, and apparently you can send them there, so it's worth having a look at her video and seeing what that was all about. Well, it's something a little bit different. Bit of retro scrapping there, or vintage scrapping. I hope you young people know what that was, but now you know a little bit more. And us old ones, we can just reminisce about the good old days. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the comments and likes. Thank you for anyone who subscribed. It's all really good, fantastic. See the numbers going up. And I will catch you in the next one. Keep scrapping.